Your fighter making their way to the ring at the red corner, fighting out of Team ROC Harrisburg, Toni Dominguez.
In the immortal words of my friend Tony Loco Soto, it's Tony time. I'm gonna leave the last word out, but it's Tony time. Toni Dominguez this time, representing Team ROC Harrisburg.
How long did it take you to come up with that during that intermission? It's Tony time. That came back in the.
As soon as I hear, because of Tony Soto, every time I hear
definitely.
Tony, I think of two things. One, it's Tony time, B words, and two, the song "Feels Good" by Toni
Yes.
Toni
Oh,
Tone.
thank you, thank you. Oh,
Especially when I see
Lord.
Tony spelled like this, I always think of Toni Toni Tone.
Tony. Yeah.
If my name was Tony, that'd be the only song I walk out to, because it does.
Foot 8 inches tall.
I like it a lot.
Fighting out of the blue corner with a record of 1-1 of Gym O. Welcome, Nathaniel Burwell.
Well, a fight for it veteran and a member of the Gym O tribe. We've seen him fight before. I've seen him get finishes before. He's a tough guy, man. He's out of one of the toughest schools in this area.
Absolutely. A lot of killers from.
You'd be hard pressed to find a more complete gym in the Carolinas than Gym O, and that's Prince Ahmed Kamis in his corner over there.
I did not know he went to Jimmy.
Who? Burwell?
No.
Ahmed. That's a past couple of years thing.
Okay.
I know his last fight he was with Gym O.
I'm just trying to tell who the other guys are over there. I can't really tell because two of them are wearing masks. Going through the final preparation for him over there.
All right, it's Burwell, Nathaniel Burwell, taking on Toni Dominguez in the red right there. In the red gloves, red shorts, blue gloves for Burwell. You can see down there in the bottom left, we've got a color conveniently placed beside these guys' names to help you guys keep up.
Because it does get very confusing.
It can, especially when you have like Hartman and Johnson, those two guys who looked identical outside of their gloves.
And also
It's probably why Johnson got the knockout. He was like he's fighting himself in there. He's taking out all of his self-frustration.
it's a Spider-Man meme.
Yeah. They were definitely the Spider-Man meme for a second. All right, Stephen Pontinevius, third man in the cage, kicking off our action right here.
Round 1, fight.
We're back underway at Fight For It 14 with Nathaniel Burwell, a proven competitor here, taking on Toni Dominguez, who I have never seen. This is kickboxing debut, so it might be his first fight ever. And what an opponent to draw for your first fight. Nice side kick for Dominguez. Fighting out of both stances is Dominguez. Giving Burwell a couple different looks so far.
So why not try it out? You're still an amateur. First fight, first two fights that you had.
Break.
Dominguez has nice timing on the kick. Burwell might be a step ahead in the speed department, but the timing for Dominguez has been true so far. Be careful with these throws, guys. We've already seen what can happen when they throw. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, he's going to get a warning for that one.
And hats off to the medical staff, taking care of the young man and then the other.
And not only that, but getting back here so fast.
I don't know if they.
A different team getting here fast.
We thought we'd be here for a little lengthy.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Brian. You know this. Nice sequence from Dominguez causes the knockdown, but not quite a true knockdown. More of a slip on the exit for Burwell. I tell you, this is definitely the most exciting thing going on tonight in Spartanburg, South Carolina. So I doubt those EMTs. Were mad at this assignment.
You mean the senior citizen football and dancing competition down the street at the Holiday Inn Express?
Well, you might see some twisted ankles there for sure. You might see some twisted ankles.
Very how much you underestimate the town of Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Great first round between Dominguez and Burwell to kick us off here.
The bowling league down the street would have a nicer word with you with their tournament going on right now. So.
Sure, yeah, but the EMTs there are on their phones. The EMTs here are on the edge of their seat.
That is true.
I always say, hello to the police officers that work security at these events, and usually I always ask them like, is this the best assignment you could have drawn tonight? And a lot of them are like, we love watching fights, we're here to work, but it's hard not to notice the fights going on.
It's the same thing that we often repeat in our job right now. We've got the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
We got to talk for a little bit. But
if you can find an angle to work yourself in,
absolutely.
Where people will let you in for free, or even pay you to be here, you got to use it.
Not a bad gig. Round number 2.
All right, Dominguez, Burwell, round number 2. That's Burwell in the blue. And it was Dominguez who had the nicer sequence in the first round. Ended in kind of a trip, but may have been the most impactful moment of the round so far.
I don't know how you don't score that, but in judges' eyes, he fell down.
In a close round, it makes all the difference for sure. These guys are getting really heavy in the clinch.
I think they're trying to go for a trip. I just feel they're trying to go for that. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's very easy to, try to put all your weight on an opponent and then just end up tripping him as a result, if you're efficient enough. Okay, yep, he's hitting him. So it looks like Dominguez got a shot in after Steven asked for the stop to the action, but you gotta, in my opinion, the ref has to get his hand in between the fighters when he says stop. It's not enough just to say stop. That's just my opinion as an outside observer.
The crossing arm has to come up. They're going to be very gun shy on these. Pull the trigger very quickly once those legs go up.
It can also be a little confusing for the fighters because a lot of times the corners yell stop.
Multiple people yelling stop.
Oh, wow, 2 big shots for Dominguez along the fence line on Burwell. And it continues to be Dominguez pushing the aggression here. Despite being the less experienced fighter, he is taking the fight to Burwell consistently. Burwell's defending himself well, though, especially in these clinching positions. I honestly think he's frustrating Dominguez in the clinch.
That's the frustrating right there, too.
Absolutely. And, that's where Burwell's been winning this fight, is at his range. It's when he lets Dominguez in that the problems begin.
Like that.
Big shot for Dominguez again. Burwell needs a big finish for this round to get himself back in this fight. That was almost what he needed right there.
Last thing the judge saw was the leg go up and a little popping sound.
And they don't have the luxury of the monitor like we do. Being the less experienced fighter is taking the fight to Burwell consistently. Doesn't help the UFC. Himself well, though, especially in the UFC, they got the headphones, they got multiple monitors and multiple angles. You still see horrible decisions all the time in the UFC. Absolutely. And,
just for my knowledge, and I guess audience's knowledge, these judges, of course, and I'm saying this because I probably know the answer, they're all part-time. They're all just volunteer. They're probably on a council or a committee or something like that, but they're not employed at an MMA fight full-time until they come in.
Yeah, it's hard to know for sure every judge's background. A lot of these guys do train, and a lot of them are involved in martial arts, but some of them aren't.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say in the corner, listening to the corner advice from Coach Snake and Team ROC Harrisburg, he said very plainly, when you grab him, you're giving him a break. Stop grabbing him.
Was that in salty language or just?
A little bit, but it was just that solid. You know, that's one thing I like about Snake is that he's a very firm coach. But I've never really heard him give outright bad corner advice either. If he tells you something in a stern voice, I'd be inclined to listen.
Absolutely. I thought the ref would break it up there for a second.
Yeah, they really want the break back here for Dominguez. It is Burwell who's leading the charge here in the clinch. Toni keeps running. Oh yeah, Snake does not like that. Heard the big sigh from Coach Snake there as soon as Dominguez wrapped him up.
Stop!
Yeah, sometimes when you're new, especially in your first fight, you just don't know any direction but forward.
Yeah. Last minute left in this third round, final round.
And it's when he stays with the straight.
Yeah.
Like when Coach says straight punches, you throw straight punches, you start winning the fight.
And getting the clinch, chasing down a little bit.
Yeah, Burwell's using the clinch very effectively in this fight. It's really been a clinching clinic from Burwell. I mean, he's even tricked Toni into being in the clinch when he didn't want to be a couple times in the last round, but he just hasn't landed the shots that he needs to land to establish himself as a round winner.
Unless something happens the last 10 seconds here. How much is the clinch going to be valued in the judge's eyes here?
Yeah. In my personal experience, it doesn't come into the equation unless nothing else meaningful happens. And in my opinion, there was a lot of meaning in all of those rounds. And I do think it was Toni Dominguez who was leading the dance more often.
Yep. I like the kicks he was setting up in the earlier rounds.
Whoa. Crazy effects for a second there.
We go all out.
They went thermal mode. They went predator vision for a second there.
We go all out for pay-per-view here. We bring out all the tricks.
Oh, we got the camera.
All the toys.
Okay. Yeah. Got the split decision cam.
Man. We spare no expense here for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Toni Dominguez is trying to fight somebody else right now. Those knockouts better steer clear. Steven Ponzinibbio is the only person that needs to be between him. He's the only person big enough.
We have a unanimous decision. Going through the red corner.
Wins his debut dominantly, in my opinion. 3-round decision against Nathan Burwell. Gets the unanimous nod from our judges here. And that's a big compliment from our judges tonight, frankly.
He was living clean right there.
Yeah. And now truly he can say it does feel good. It feels so good.
We're bringing out all the 90s jam.
Yeah, I doubt there's 13 people watching this stream that know about Feels Good by Toni Tone, but certainly our Toni Dominguez will be feeling good tonight with that trophy snuggled up close after he wins his first fight here at Fight For It.
It's not raining in Southern California at all.